Hello, welcome to my daily Atlas Mountain Race coverage. We're on to day 6 now, and we've had plenty of finishes since the update yesterday. So let's have a little look at my progress and see what's been going on. So yesterday, when I recorded, the top 10 were in. So soon after that, Stephen Davis crossed the line, followed by Mathieu Chesneux. And then there's quite a steady flow of riders then. So Niels Tayden, that's the first time we've actually mentioned him. Juan Antonio Fletcher, who we mentioned a couple of times. Anna Richter came in 15th place. They were the first non-binary rider. Really, really strong ride from Anna there into the top 15. Then Lucas Neubeck. And then Cynthia Carson brought home the win in the women's category. So she topped the podium there. Joachim McLean, Rob Britton, we talked about a few times. He had some knee issues, I believe, early on. So it looks like he just kind of took a bit more time and looked after himself to finish the ride. Maxime Prieur from GCN en France. So I expect if you're a French viewer, you'll be able to see some GCN video there. And Floris Bratt, who was third at the the Hellenic Mountain Race last year. And numerous other riders all sort of coming in there. You can see on the time gaps here, some of them are quite close together, only minutes, others it's an hour or so. But the next kind of rider of note was Kerry McPhee. She was in second position in the women's race. And you may remember, she's been pushing Cynthia quite hard in the early days. It sounds like she dropped off a little bit. I'll find some social media about that. But it sounded like she's just had a few issues in the last day or so. She lost her charging cables. So she had to sort of buy new cables and then stop and recharge stuff at cafes and things like that, which obviously took some time. But she had time in hand to get that second place. And at the moment, the women's podium is not quite complete, but Camille Albisser, she's about, it looks like 10, 15k from the finish line. So at the moment, it's looking like she's in a pretty strong position. Well, she's probably going to take third. It's been a really good race to watch on the women's side of things. So this is going to be my last update. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a report tomorrow, and the race, the finishers party is on Saturday. So that's kind of the roundup of the results there. But of course, there's plenty of riders still out there, and the riders are basically spread all the way around the south of Morocco at the moment. So the finishing or the cutoff for an official race finish is, I think it's midnight on Saturday. So there's kind of a couple of days to get in for these riders. You can see the snail here. If I zoom in, the snail basically represents the cutoff time. So most of those riders are pretty much on pace in this section here. These riders here are probably not going to be able to get an official finish. Basically, the official finish cutoff is at the finishers party Saturday night. These riders here looking like they're going to make it. This is going to be my last little report, as I just said. So I need to thank my sponsors as well, because they enable me to do this. Enduro Bearings, obviously I talked about the cycling products. One thing you might not know is that actually most of their product is industrial bearings. So things like specialist stuff like forklift bearings, conveyor bearings. So it just gives you a bit of confidence that they, the tolerances and the applications that they engineer to is a lot more stressful than cycling. So it just goes to show that the knowledge that goes into these cycling products. So thanks again to Enduro Bearings for supporting this coverage, and of course Bucks and Box premium metal bike boxes made in the UK. Got one of the samples here still. And one feature I've not talked about is the fact that they've actually got, they're on wheels as well. So you don't have to carry around a massive metal box. And you can see they're kind of like enclosed in the bottom here. So you can like scoot your bike around the airport or to the hotel or wherever you're going. And really cool, solid products. I'm looking forward to getting mine. So that should be here. It's normally 4 to 6 weeks on delivery because they're made to order. So mine should be here before my summer events take place. So I'm actually looking forward to going to an event without the stress of deciding what my bike's is going to be when I arrive. Check out Bucks and Box. I'll put the link on the screen. And once more, thank you to those guys for supporting what I do. So let's get into the social media. So as I said, Anna Richter was the first non-binary rider. So they finished in 5 days, 1 hour, 24 minutes. Super strong ride. from Anna. Sounds like there was a kind of a few problems. So tyre problems, had a numbness, made things uncomfortable, but improved with time. So yeah, that's a really kind of tenacious ride, and well done for Anna for that ride. On to the next one, and that is Cynthia. Took the win in the women's race. So her official time was 5 days, 5 hours, 2 minutes, and she was in 17th overall. So another top 20 overall finish. She's done that once before. Also won the women's race before. So yeah, just a really solid ride again from Cynthia. And as I mentioned a couple of times within the coverage, Cynthia's actually taken on all 4 mountain races this year, which is going to be a hell of a feat to take them all on. I think she's basically trying to win all of them as well. So that's going to be a tough. It's going to be tough just to finish them all. So it's a good start, and looking forward to seeing how Cynthia gets on in the rest of the year and the rest of the events. So that's Cynthia. Super strong ride from her. We also heard a lot about Kerry McPhee, of course, and there's this pretty cool reel that's just popped up with a bit of info on Kerry's ride.
It was the coolest thing ever. She made me a sandwich with amulet. Do you know what amulet is? It's crushed almonds with argan and honey. It's delicious. It's a Moroccan thing.
I'm motivated to find out if I can, and to explore the world, I guess, and all its textures by bike over 5 days, and that's.
So there we go. That's Kerry, and it looks like she's had a really kind of fantastic time, as well as putting in a fantastic performance there. 5 days, 14 hours for Kerry, and it'd be great if we see her back, because it's one of those things with the Atlas Mountain Race. You just learn a hell of a lot as you go along, and I've no doubt that she really would have learnt loads and could come back with a really strong ride. A lot of people have been asking about Connor Dunne, who of course is a GCN presenter. GCN are going to be making a couple of films about this event, primarily around Connor. I'm sure Maxime as well, the French presenter who was racing, is going to do some French ones. Connor scratched. So I hadn't really heard much from Connor, but I found this post. So unfortunately, I had to scratch from the race around 700 kilometres at CP2 due to an Achilles injury. I tried my best to continue, taking more rest at the checkpoint but with remote sections, and being unable to weight bear on my right foot. It was irresponsible to continue. So that's what happened to Connor. So hopefully he's feeling better, and it kind of those kind of injuries, they don't really for some reason they don't really heal when you're riding a bike all day every day through the the kind of wilds of Morocco. So I think that was probably the sensible thing, and I'm sure there'll be a great film on GCN at some point in the coming weeks. Word on to Connor anyway. And then finally, I just picked up this little post from Chris Melman, who he was 4th in the end, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 4th, it says there. I should read it. Just a kind of, I don't know, it's just worth a little read, because I think this probably sums up how a lot of people feel on the Atlas Mountain Race. So I'm still in disbelief that I finished those 1400k, and I've never been closer to crying at the end. Free hub issues, stomach sickness, and on and off intense knee pain after CP1 all left me doubting that it was even possible to make it to the finish. And the first night, filled with rain, snow and ice, made these doubts louder. It was my first time sleeping in a race, and my first time racing my mountain bike more than 100 miles. Frankly, this made events such as Unbound XL feel like a cakewalk. It's such a tough event. It really is. And he goes on to say, it's just destroyed, like numb hands, numb feet. For some reason, I've done this event 3 times, and my hands are always just super numb after this ride. I've done other longer events, tougher events, on paper at least, but for some reason, Atlas just batters your body, and I always come back really, really skinny. You're eating like bread, and there's just not enough calories in it, and tagines and things like that. And you're really depleting your body, and it's tough for everyone. Even these guys at the front, they kind of make it look easy to a certain extent, but it's far from easy. And I don't think anyone will ever say at the finish line that was an easy ride. Nice little post from Chris there, and it sounds like he's going to be back. So there we go. So that was my coverage of the 2026 Atlas Mountain Race. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Thanks for all the comments and the views. If you've enjoyed it, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you don't already. I've got a mix of these daily updates for various races. The next one will be the Tour Divide in June, as well as my own racing, documenting that. And also, if you want to find out more about the world of ultra cycling, I run a podcast with my co-host Becky Waters. And we discuss a lot of we try and cover as many of the races that happen as we can. So the next episode, we'll talk about what happened at the Atlas Mountain Race, hopefully have a guest who's taken part. So subscribe, and thanks for watching, and see you all in the next one.